It only takes a spark to get a fire going. Well, there was some fireworks today, I tell you what. Gotta fight fire with fire. And there was a lot of princely little fires going out, and I brought some kingly fire on the scene, dropped some seed. See if I can wake a few up. Visited a few. We did the King's View on, Liberty Fellowship. That one, wow. That guy, I don't know what's going on with that guy. Greg Laurie got him. We visited him a few times, and that's just like the fog is thick in that place. I don't know. I just keep dropping seed. I don't know what to do. But on one of these chats, I was so happy to see. I got to give props to a fellow worker for the King, because he had one of those names on those chat rooms that are kind of incognito, and that's fine with me. I'd just like to get my name out there. Maybe somebody will watch some of these. That's why I don't hide my name, but some of these names I like. They're kind of clever. This one was something like, I don't remember exactly, but it was like, join up and be part of the 144 Remnant or something. And that was like his name. And when I saw that, I'm like, well, that's pretty cool. And so I think it was on Greg Laurie. He was like, hey, you people need to wake up. You need to start praying one-on-one for the King to come. And I'm like, whoa, this guy's with me. He's on the same page. And I tell you what, when you got a fellow like warrior on your side, the battling just gets a little, lighter on your shoulders, because sometimes in these chats it'll be like, it can be like thousands of people, and I'm like, hello, does anybody understand what I'm saying here? I'm just talking about a king. Everybody's going to bow to him. Will somebody say, oh yeah, we need to bow down? Nothing. And that kind of scares you, but when you see somebody that's with you on some of these things, well, hey, props to you, bro. I don't know where you're from or what. I love it. Whatever you're doing, looks like you're part of the team, and King's coming, and we're going to bowl. Like, two of us will bow down or already are ready. That's what it's all about, being ready like a bride is being a warrior by his side, see, because many people are so worried about how ugly tribulation will get, how many more years we got of this, and all this fear-mongering things, when the King said, fear not, oh, you of little faith. And you see that centurion, he didn't look so fearful because he was working all the time and going, hey, just do it. And you got great faith. So if you're not thinking like with the King, like, just do it. It's all good. I trust you. You've got this. I'm just on your side. And if I'm on your side and bowing to you now, then you're probably going to be okay when the thunder comes down. I mean, if you're trying to set up the kingdom, then it's all good because you're on the same page. But, well, if you're on the Prince team, then that's the fearmonger page, and that's all over the map right now between being a mummy and all this. So, it's really fun to be a warrior if you want to join the team, because, wow, if there's a few of us, it would make a lot easier on some of us. Like, wow, today, how many seeds I dropped, I don't know, but I felt like the birds should be nesting on my car already. What the heck? I mean, it's like, hello. But, that's the thing about that parable, that it really fits, and I never understood it well. But now it's all coming quite clear to me, you see. Because he said, when you spread the seed, well, some will drop on gravel, and it won't take too good because there's no good dirt. And I think now I get it, because, see, when the heart is like gravelly from too much beastly teachings, like doctrines of men that make sons of hell, well, there's this like zombie heart condition. It's kind of like cobwebs over your eyes and you just can't see. Or what was that one movie, Pan's Labyrinth? I love that show. It was scary though, and I don't know, I've heard scary movies now can bring a demon in you, so, but that movie, I'll tell you what, it scared the crap, and I was pretty old when I saw it. But there was this one scary part, I don't remember how exactly it went, where this girl goes to this basement. The story was actually quite beautiful. I really loved that movie, but it was yikes violent. I mean, the stepdad guy was wow. But I mean, the one scary part was where the monster had like these eyes and had to put the hands to see the eyes. He couldn't see without his hands. And this monster was the scariest thing, I tell you what. But it was one of the scariest things was he had no eyes, but when he put his eyes in, he got really scary. But he had to go like this or something. It was, wow, it was quite a show. I tell you what, what is his name? Was he Mexican? I tell you, he does Del Toro. That's his name. Guillermo. Wow, that Billy boy, he does it good. I tell you what. So anyway, I don't know. He's made some weird ones since with, what's his name? But anyway, enough about movies. I kind of like talking movies. Maybe I'll do a Jay Dyer type, but with truth about the future of movies. Then maybe he's going to be on one of them. I don't know. But anyway, let's get to what we were talking about, which was getting right with the king. So it's all good and you're on his team. So if you are kind of like wavy about where you're at, just think about when you're playing sports like that. We always picked teams when we were kids, but it always sucked when you had all the wimpy guys, and like the stronger ones and the better ones, well, they usually got picked first, and the one with most of those was usually the ones that were smiling most in the end when the leftovers were there. Well, right now, that's kind of where we're at, where you pick a team and then he picks his team and they kind of relate like that, because see, well, if you're not already thinking you want to be on that Revelation remnant team and you're trying to think that you're in some other wide road that might lead to destruction, well, yeah, maybe you didn't think that deep, but that's pretty how much it is, pretty that deep. Because see, you're either on one road or the other, and there's been a few wide roads like Q with pastors on them going, it's all good here. Man, now it's not so good. And well, that one pastor, Franklin 5, he's doing old Bible studies now that are like years ago, but he doesn't want to talk about end times or anything. I can't figure out if he's blaspheming. I did a King's Year to figure it out, but I never got nothing back. I never heard. I don't know. So the thing is that props to that fiddle battler, whoever you are, and hey, you want to battle with us? This is really fun because you get on that winning King's team. That's the other thing, you see. The Prince's team is huge right now. In fact, I think Synagogue de Satan, it might be 503C. That's the same thing. And that's why any church with tax deductions might not be allowed to say the word king, or they lose a lot of money, you see. So let's just say that king means no paycheck maybe in many churches today, so we can't talk about that, but we'll talk about princely things because, well, Prince was a really good singer. That raspberry beret, maybe that's what they're all thinking, is that they're wearing a raspberry beret. Is that what the song? It was good. I love some of his tunes, but Purple Rain might be key right now. But maybe there'll be no boobs. I don't know, but it might be coming soon, but it won't be good for those who are on that beastly part, because the king's not coming, like, to pick ones that aren't sure whose team they're on. And if you're on the biggest team here that you think you're winning, that's part of the scheme, see, because the prince has got a lot of team members who look buff, I'm telling you. But see, the king hasn't come yet, and, well, for every demon that's reigning now, well, there's 2 angels, and they're like the originals, you know what I mean? Like, they never fell. So they're on the good list still. And, oh, the king, too, he's on their side, so he's already, like, been chosen to win that war that's coming. And so that's why that war scene in Revelation, well, it's not too long, because once the demons and everybody get together, okay, let's go, and then, boom, it's done. See, so these other plans, they're really big, and there's a lot of schemes to them. I tell you what, you can go through the Tree of Life Cabal and all these things, and the gold coins from Trump, and, oh yeah, even the American Holocaust, it's all there, you just gotta look. But, well, you know, there's fact checkers galore, and they're just sweeping rugs and, oh, so many good things. Shuffleboard right now, between 3D chess and shuffleboard, it's just amazing. But see, remember that the king plays 7D chess, and he's already got the checkmate, like, figured out. So these guys can play 3D chess all day long. It doesn't really matter when the 7D chessboard's up there. So, props to my brother, whoever you are, that was, hey, helping wake people up, because that's what it's all about. So, if you want to get on the brewed coffee side, which is, oh man, I can drink coffee 24/7. I just love it, especially organic. So, if you get on the same page as the king, like, hey, in Mexico, the president's already there. He's like, hey, I'm going all organic now, because it's like he thinks that there's a coming king and the golden rule is going to become the golden age, and he's not trying to be like killing people in his country by eating poison food. Well, our government's guilty of that for a while. They still don't want to put those warnings on them that Europe does for everybody that eats poison food, that says, warning, eating this is engineered, toxic stuff that could kill you if you get cancer, but hey, if you want to eat it, kind of like that. Like cigarettes say here, even those organic ones that I smoke. Which I doubt it's been proven that they cause cancer, but of course the ones that they put all the chemicals in, of course they do. That's part of the plan. So, you get on a team, pick your team. But it's always fun to be on the one that's going to win. And if it's with that king who's coming, all will bow to, then once you're with the king, then you don't have to worry so much about all these silly things, from being mummies as a bride. That makes no sense. From breathing air so you can not lose your head, because now they're saying that not only can you get mask-induced pneumonia from wearing a mask so much, but You also can get dementia by the time you're 30 or 40 now. These are like some new experiments the government is doing beyond Depop. It's like they're trying to make that zombie apocalypse that the CDC is already getting us ready for. So there might be a lot of connections here if you just put things together and think about the coming king and the golden rule becoming the golden age, and karma's all good, bro. Just don't worry about it unless, wow, you got bad karma coming. You just need to talk to your king. Now would be a good time, not wait and see how sticky it gets, because it's not going to get any prettier. And if you're already a little fogged in, that's not a good sign, because I'm sure there's a lot of frozen planets waiting. I guess they're already doing some prepping down in Antarctica. I don't know what that's for, but whatever your plans are, you might want to just make your plans with the king, and then when he comes, it'll be, a lot easier. Just join up. We get a bigger team. Well, it doesn't seem to be growing too fast, but it's not that hard. You just, get on the same page as the king and try with the 2 greatest commandments. Love God, right, and your neighbor as yourself. It's all good from there, If you want to understand what a kingdom is, well, just read Matthew 5-7. It's like the least preached verses in the Bible, but it was the king's actual preaching, so that would get you kingdom ready and understanding who is this king that all will bow to on earth. So let's get on his team. Just pick your tribe. I'm no racial bigot as far as those go, and if you're a spirit bigot or something, then maybe you should check the mirror, because I think we're all really mutts and we're all part of the sands of the sea, so I don't think he's going to get all worried about what your skin color is if you're bowing, because it says every knee on earth, so that's not a racial thing. So wake up, get on the same page as the king, and then goodness can come in peace. And yes, you will know the truth and you will be free, not like all these princely ones with all their fear mongering.